Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. I saw a girl on YouTube make some redesigns of logos for, I think it was different drinks, some sodas and coffee and stuff like that. And so I thought it would be a good concept to kind of try with other things as well. So for today, I actually am going to do a couple popular video game logos and flip them and turn them into my style. So yeah, without making the intro as long as it has to be, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with Grand Theft Auto. Just have the normal logo here for reference, and I think the colors I want to use are just simple black and white to stick to the original logo, and then maybe throwing it behind a yellow background. I already have this drawing made up of what I think I want to do for the logo, like a rough idea. It's a desert eagle out of the negative space in the G, and it's firing a bullet, and the bullet becomes the A. I think I'm not going to do the exit wound on the T. I think it will just look cleaner without it. But everything else I'm pretty solid with. I know there's going to be a couple things I have to change because this part of the T isn't as wide as this part of the A, and I'm going to want to make sure all of that is balanced for the final logo. So I think if I go on ahead and hide these layers here, we can go on ahead and get started. Okay, so I have the piece of the gun right here that I think looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and tighten up all the letters a little bit first. Now, I can come in like this. And tighten that up a little bit. Okay, you know what? And looking at it now, what I'm going to do... Okay, no, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Then come in with the A. Okay. And just to double check that I have this the same size, what I like to do sometimes is I'll take a square like that. And so that's the distance between these two. And then I'll just come take it over here. And I got it perfectly right just by guessing. So that happens sometimes. And so that's pretty nice. Now, I think all that's left to do is I'll come in here and get the shape builder tool, just like before. Pull out the shape of the desert eagle. And then merge these shapes like this. Make everything 100%. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna come in here and let's see, add one thing I forgot to add. So now it looks more like a gun, which is the point. And then I can come back like that. So I think for a final version of the logo, I'm going to go in with the colors from before. And I'm going to make an outline of black around the white logo. That is what we have so far. I think that's a pretty good spot for it. So it's pretty clean. It has the negative space and the gun gives it character. I think the G is still pretty visible. So the gun doesn't actually take away from the logo itself. and I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna come and make it in a couple other mock-ups, just so you can see what it would look like on some other things, maybe in front of some photos, and we can go on ahead and get started with the next logo. Okay, so for the second logo, I was trying to think of games that were pretty popular, and there's not too many games more popular than Grand Theft Auto, but I think one that takes the cake is Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a good minute, but I know it's super popular still to this day, even though it's a very old game. So I thought it'd be a good one to take a crack at, and I thought I had a pretty cool idea for a logo. So the old logo, or the original logo, it's 3D and has that blocky feel to it, but it's still kind of hand drawn almost. Like you can see how the edges, they're straight on the tops, but usually on the sides they're still pretty rugged. And so I think I have a pretty cool way of trying to get that same effect done on this pickaxe here. And I have the colors here as well that I'm going to use as well. So I think I'm just going to go on ahead and start at it. So for starters, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with what I already have, and I'm going to take the blob brush just in black, and I'm going to paint the logo in on the second layer. So it's not going to have to be 100% accurate, which is why I can use the paintbrush without being too worried. But I still want it to be as accurate as possible. Just come in and do something like that. Let's see, will the eraser do some justice for me? I think this right here could do a little bit of cleaning. Go for some cleanup, so I just come in here. There we go. That looks a lot better. So this would be a lot easier with a tablet or an iPad, but I don't have one. But as you can see, I mean, the mouse works pretty well as well if you're just steady with your hand. So now what we got is just a rough drawing here of the design, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it all in with black, like that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to copy it and actually open up Photoshop, bring it in as pixels just like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'll go to filter, we're going to go to pixelate, and we're going to go mosaic. So now we actually have a pixelated version of the logo like that. So I'll do one more step and then we'll see if the creeper face still looks good, but as for now I think it looks alright. I'm gonna go in here and save, then just head back into Illustrator, come to my folder and bring it back in. So what this is gonna do is, it looks like it's the same, but since it's got that pixel filter on it, now when I go to image trace and I do black and white logo, it comes back out like that. So it comes out pixelated. I think what I'm going to do for the face is I'm going to make it all one like this, and then I'll just go in. There we go. Okay, group that piece up. And we'll just stick it somewhere like that or something like that. And then we'll take this, boom, 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 boom. All right, now we get to go color it. So we can hide the original. And we'll bring back all the reference stuff so we can get our colors. All right, there we go. So I think all that's left now, I want to go back into Photoshop with this now. And then I'm going to just apply just some extra color effects just to make it look a little nicer. Put a clipping mask over this layer. You can do all sorts of stuff like this. Get some nice green up in at the top. And then also I was going to take a circle selection tool and just kind of run down the middle. And then take white to try and get a little bit of shine. Make this a little bit less big. Do something like this. I'm also going to experiment here with this halftone texture on a separate layer, and then we can come in here with some blend modes and just experiment around like that and see if there's something cool that would work. And I can come in here with an eraser and feather out the edge. So yeah, we got that now for the first top part of the pick, and then let's go for the bottom half as well and do kind of a similar deal. Let's actually start with the darker. Let's do a shadow on this side like this. So yeah, I think that is the logo all done. Let's see if we could even get some nice character out of rotating it slightly. And yeah, I think it looks pretty solid. You know, nothing too crazy or professional, but it's more of a fun take at this one just because it's the letters and the words fit so well into the silhouette of the pic that I just had to come in and give it a shot. So I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with the previous logo and just kind of stick it around, see if it looks good behind anything, and show you guys the results, and then we can move on to the very final logo. Alright, and for our last logo, I thought I had a cool idea for it, so I'm going to try and execute it as best I can. I'm doing The Last of Us. So the logo, it has, you know, it's a storytelling game. It's not meant to be some eye-catching, groundbreaking logo. But the white text does pop very nicely against the covers. Usually the covers that they pick for the games are pretty dark. So dark in color and in subject matter. So it tends to pop very well, and it, you know, gets the job done. It's more like a movie title logo rather than a video game logo. But I thought it would be cool to try and fit a little zombie, at least silhouette, walking as a little addition to the logo, just to give it some character. So this logo actually shouldn't take that long. I might throw it into Photoshop, kind of like with the Minecraft one, and mess around with brushes and throw some effects on it, because this one has some grunge and some wear and tear on it. So I think it will add more to it than the zombie would alone. So let's go in here and get started. So now what I'm actually going to do, I'll come in here with the L, just to improvise here. And we can just start clicking and dragging. Copy paste this, and then all we have to do is rotate it, and there we go. So now we're moving real quick here. And we can just knock all of this stuff out pretty easily. There we go. Delete the squares in the back. And now all we have left to do is the A. I think now that I see it, it looks like it says the last office. So I'm going to come in here and take these and make sure they're merged, and then I'll make them a little smaller, and then get a bit of space in between them. There we go. So that looks pretty good. Now all we have to do is work on the A, which should not take too much time because I can just come in here with the pen tool and outline what I've already done. So my drawing originally was pretty curvy, but I'm going to try and actually go with a more straight edge design just to keep it as rugged as I can. Just like that. We'll get the circle in there for the head, and then remove everything there and up the opacity. And there we go. So now we can take that away. We've got The Last of Us like that. For some reason this doesn't look centered, so I'm going to try and get the H there in between the A and the S. And that looks better. So now we can take it in to Photoshop and see what kind of effects we can throw on it. So I've got this splatter brush, and I'm going to go in and make a clipping mask layer and just kind of click around and get some different textures in there. And we can make this all one color by coming in here and doing blending options, color overlay, and you can do like a light red. Should look pretty cool. Don't want it to be too crazy or take away from the silhouette, so lower the opacity down to about 60. And then I'm going to open up my files, and I know I have some stock photos, and I'm just going to take this, and you can put it on, I'm pretty sure screen is the right texture, yeah. And so now you can see the different grains and things like that will only affect the black on the logo. So I've got that one, and then I also have this one I'm going to try out, and I'll try and get this left hand side. Alright, and I think that's going to do it for this logo as well. I think the splatter came out really well. The little pop of color works really nicely on the black, and then the grain and everything just kind of ties it all together and keeps that rough aesthetic to it. So yeah, I think that does it for all of the logos. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I put a lot of time and effort into it, so if you could leave a like on it if you liked it, I'd really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to keep up to date with what I got going on. I've got 3 or 4 more custom t-shirt videos coming. I've got more logos that I want to make for you guys and put into videos as well. So any suggestions, I will also be up to hearing those and making videos out of what you guys want to see. So thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy.